Hello, everyone. Welcome. We have got some stuff to talk about today. I am excited for this. I've been really looking forward to going live with you this morning. So if you are here, say hi. Be sure to drop any questions you have as we're going because I want to answer what you've got. If you're team replay, hello, welcome. I'm glad you're here as well. Be sure you leave your questions in the comments if you've got them. If it is after the fact and we're done here. But I'm always checking back to answer questions you've got. So if you're new, hi, I'm Rachel. This is Merciful Mornings. This is where you come for education, encouragement, support for online teaching, which is our big topic for today. Also just daily life. But the online teaching world is kind of exploding. And we talked a little bit about this a couple weeks ago, but I want to get more specific. I want to get more practical because a lot of people are still freaking out as developments are still happening. So that's the first thing I want to talk about. Don't freak out. That's it. Don't freak out. It's not the complete end of the world. I know it seems like it. A lot of you, online ESL teaching has become your full-time job. This was it. And you basically just got fired. You got laid off because the company's having to shut down or pivot in a new way and it's not working out. That's not cool. It doesn't feel good. It never feels good to lose your job or to lose your income or have that insecurity feeling. But we're not going to freak out about it because there are things we can do. And I'm going to tell you up front, this is not one of those mindset, feel good, defeating imposter syndrome talks. Are those part of being an online teacher? Yes, but that's not the focus today. Today, I want to give you practical, actionable steps if you want to continue your online teaching journey, okay? If you still want to teach online, I want to give you actionable steps. I want to give you free resources. I just want you to have what you need to make the next steps that you need to keep teaching online, making that income, working from home. I know for some people it was a nice option, right? For me, when I started with VIP Kid over 4 years ago, it was an amazing option because I had to go home. I had health issues, right? I didn't have a choice and I still needed to make money. So it was amazing while it was there for me, and I'm so grateful for it. That season is done, and about a year and a half ago, I learned a new way to work from home, teach online, make an income online, all those things, and some of that's what I want to share with you today. So if you're here and you're ready to hear all this, that's what we're doing today. I am going to be checking in comments. I want to see who's here. We had Susie here this morning. Good morning, Susie. Glad you're here. And Katie says good morning. Good morning, lady. So glad you're here. Okay, there are two main things I want to really jump into today, and there's a few components to each, but two main things I want to discuss. And the first one is teaching ESL independently. I have heard a lot of people saying, this is all I've done, and now the company's shut down, and they always provided the curriculum. Can I still do this somehow? Let's talk about a couple of options that are out there, why they might be good or not so good. Oh, I'm seeing Rebecca's here this morning as well. Hello, Rebecca. So glad you're here. Okay, so let's talk about options. I see a lot of people trying to connect with parents on WeChat. Yes, this is an option if you haven't already and you're trying to connect with your students' parents on WeChat. That is a thing you can do, especially, I will say I have probably 4 kids that I'm connected with on WeChat after 4 years of VIP Kid. And that is because they are my long-term students. We've built that relationship. I talk with their parents regularly. They can ask me questions outside of class if they need to. We keep up with each other's families, kind of check on each other, especially with all that's been going on lately. So yes, you can connect on WeChat with those families. Is this the best way to continue a business right now if you've not been teaching independently? That's questionable. Can you build a sustainable online teaching independent business just through trying to keep relationships with your current students on WeChat? Maybe. I know a couple of people that have built a business that way, but there were other components they already had in place. So I would say this is not my favorite way to continue your online teaching journey. But if you have a couple of students or a few students that you're already really close with, you have that connection and they really want to keep you, again, with the policies in China right now, if they're in China, it's kind of iffy, sketchy. How long is it going to last? I don't know. Anything in that domain, I'm a little hesitant on. So I'm not going to really push you that direction. I'm not going to say, yes, that's a great opportunity, go for it. I'm going to say, can you try it? Sure. How long is it going to last? I don't know. How well is it going to work? I don't know. And you got to work out payments and hosting platforms and curriculum and all the things. So it's there. WeChat's there for you. But there's a lot in that. So how hard do you want to work for it, and how much do you want to keep your current students? Those are things to weigh. So I would consider that before you just dive full into doing this. Rebecca's saying, I would be careful starting an international business. I think I might stay with students in my own country. And that is a big part of it. That is a big part of it, especially students right now who are in China. That's where these policies just came out, and they are really cracking down in all the ways. There's no telling, just with the government and the Ministry of Education, how far they're going to come with that, and if it will be on the independent level like that. So I agree, Rebecca, it's just something to be really mindful of and careful about. So there's that. Let's talk about teaching independently online. You still want to teach ESL, but maybe you want to do it through a marketplace like Outschool or like LumaLearn, or I mean, there's a ton of them, right? So if you want to still teach online independently and you want to students independently, maybe they're here in the States. I have quite a few students who live in the States who they speak a different language at home. They have Spanish or Chinese or whatever is what they speak at home, and they want their child to still improve their English skills, whether it's vocabulary, conversation. That's still an opportunity just within the US. If you are in the US, or really wherever you are, that's available. So yes, if you want to teach on Outschool, ESL is an option. And yes, they are expanding globally. So I have quite a few students from Korea, India. I've had some from France and Spain. And I mean, you can get kids from everywhere. So ESL to a global market is still an option. This is where people come and they say, but Rachel, this other company always gave me all my curriculum. Let's talk about that. I'm realizing my air conditioner is loud, so I'm gonna turn that off because it's Arkansas, y'all, and it's hot. Okay, if you don't have curriculum, that's okay. I actually do an online ESL class that is conversational. We just show up. I may have topics we're going to talk about. I may have pictures, props, books. If you've been teaching online, teaching ESL online, you already have props. You already have things for vocabulary. You already have flashcards. You've been teaching the lessons and you know what they're like. You know the types of things they need to learn, the vocabulary, colors and shapes and numbers and letters and sight words and weather, calendar, articles of clothing, right? Like, you know these things, it's familiar to you. So if you don't have curriculum and you just want to have topical conversation class where you practice grammar or you practice helping them speak in complete sentences, maybe they show up and you like, oh, what is this? And they say, goat, or maybe they don't know it and you're teaching goat, but if they know what it is and they say goat, you say, yes, this is a goat. You're teaching complete sentences. Is this still an ESL conversation class? Yes. Are you helping them with their English? Yes. Do you have a definite curriculum? No. But that's okay because most of them want them to become more conversational anyway. So no curriculum, just focusing on grammar and conversation is okay. Have in mind the age levels you want to work with, but that's a possibility. Now, if you do want curriculum, It's out there. You can get it for online teaching. And if you have questions about that, let me know and I will get some links for you. But you can absolutely teach what you've already been teaching without a set curriculum. If you feel like you need something more structured, sit down and write down the things you know you've been teaching that you enjoyed teaching. You know, if you hated teaching about mammals and reptiles, anybody? Hello? Hated that lesson. Or old and new technology, don't want to do it. But if you loved teaching the colors and the numbers and the letters and the shapes or if you loved helping with grammar and sentence structure, what did you enjoy about this job? Take that and move forward with it. Create classes that you can offer based on the parts of the job that you loved and get paid to do it. All right, I'm checking back into my comments. Katie's saying yes, please. Yes. Do the parts of this job that you love, but do it on your own and do it to kids that live in your country or countries other than China. Okay. That wasn't your only option, is basically the point I'm trying to make. You have the props, you have the skills, you have the experience. Maybe you even got your TESOL or your TEFL or whatever initials they used for the certification that allows you to teach English as a second language. And if you don't have one, you can get it online and you can get it for cheap and have that certification. So again, if you need something like that, let me know in the comments. I'll grab a link for you and share that, because that's not a difficult thing to get and it doesn't have to be expensive. And you can have a 120-hour certificate and have that in your credentials. I'm certified to teach English as a second language. And that's going to go a long way for getting bookings. So if you're still, bottom line, if you're still wanting to teach ESL independently, you can. There are options. And if the idea of putting together lessons for this is overwhelming to you, that's what I do. That's what I am here for. I want to help you make that happen. So let me know if you have questions about that. And along those lines, if you're like, yeah, ESL was cool, it was convenient, they provided the lessons, but there are other things that I like more, let's talk about deciding what to teach, because this is really my thing. This is what I do for people. I took me a while to figure it out, but one of my great skills and strengths is talking with people, pulling out what it is you love, what it is you're good at, what are your skills and strengths and your passions, and then how do we turn that into an online class? Because there are other people who share those things. You're not the only one who loves talking about horses all day. You're not the only one who loves listening to Hamilton 24/7. You're not the only one who is obsessed with crocheting. Whatever it is for you, okay? It could be anything. It could be novel studies, or it could be making things out of duct tape, right? Seriously, the world is your oyster. So my job, my strength is to help you find your strengths and your passions and then turn that into profitable online classes. This is not where I jump into, come buy all these things. I have a free resource that I made available for people to walk them through the steps of figuring out what these things are. Because I recognize I can't be there for all the people 24/7 walking you through all the things to figure this out. And people should be able to figure this out on their own time when they're ready for it. So I do have a tutorial. It's completely free. If you will go to mercifulmornings.com and you can just go to my resources, or if you want to go to this specific link, it is what? It's got a dash in between each word, but what can I teach? It is a free resource. You'll get an email a day for about a week, and each one has a video and a PDF to walk you through a certain aspect of what you could teach. And this, I mean, we're getting specific for you. This is your strengths, your skills, your passions, resources that you love, books, movies, music, all those things. I'm going to walk you through all of it. So if you are ready to teach what you love, but aren't really sure what that is yet, that's what this resource is for. Completely free. You go, you sign up, you get emails, and it walks you through the process. Now, when you're done, if you still need help, I'm still here. I've got other things for you, but this you can go through and kind of do it on your own time when you're ready. So if you are ready to kind of step out of the ESL world and do your own thing, this is what I would recommend for you next. So I told you today is practical, actionable steps. Yes, you can still teach ESL online. We've talked about how you can do that. And yes, you can teach other things independently, what you love. Now, if you are ready to go beyond all this, you know what you want to teach, you're just not sure the how or the where or all of that. I do have gobs of resources. I have an online digital course that can walk you through it. I've got coaching services that I can help you with. It's what I do. This is what I do. So you can either email me if you want to talk, comment below, or email me directly. Let's talk about where you're at and what you need. I do free discovery calls with people just to get in there face to face and what is it that you need, where are you at, so that I can say, this is what would be the good next step for you. I'm all about taking action. I'm all about making it happen. I want to cheer you on. I want you to feel good about what you're doing, but I'm not just a cheerleader. I'm going to give you action steps. So you can email me if you want to go stalk all the things I have available. My website is mercifulmornings.com. There's a lot there for you. I've got resources, all the coaching packages, the digital course, it's all over there. I do help people who want to apply to Outschool. So if you haven't started that process, there's a link for that in the description below as well. So there's a lot here for you. So this is why when I first started, I just want to say, don't freak out. You're going to be okay. I'm here for it. I don't want anybody who's been in this world enjoying this amazing opportunity of online teaching to feel like they can't keep doing it for whatever reason. So let me know if you have questions. Oh, Rebecca, it's so sweet. You're a good cheerleader. Thanks, Rebecca. Go team. I do really want to cheer you on. But more than that, I want you to feel good about what you're doing. I want you to be confident in it, know what you're doing, know where it's taking you, what the next steps are. So this is my thing. This is what I do. If you're ready for it, just let me know or grab one of the resources we've talked about today. All the links are in the description. I actually am going to jump off here because I have another online class I have to teach. It is an online ESL class that I created that I'm teaching online independently. So I have that next and I love it. I'm excited. I've got 2 little kids from different parts of the world that show up for that one right now. So I'm going to go teach my class. I will be checking back periodically for comments or questions here, checking my email, all the things. So let me know what you need. I'm also over on Instagram. You can send me a DM there. So hope everyone is having an amazing day and a good week. And I look forward to hearing from you soon. And I'll be live again next week with new exciting things. So I'll see you then. Bye.